As we head into 2026, I've been thinking a lot about where I want to take our 3D printing business. Not what I just want to print more of, but things that I want to focus better on. And for me, the answer keeps coming back to the same thing: custom items. In this video, I want to walk you through how I'm thinking about custom items, the different types of custom items I want to offer, and how I'm contemplating combining 3D printing with other specialized items, perhaps DTF, and how this shift will help to build a more successful, profitable business in the long run. If you're thinking about growing a 3D printing business in 2026, I think that this video will help you with some strategy in doing that. Welcome back to Design and Forge Studios Print to Profit. My name is Ashley. Let's get into it. One of the biggest things that I have learned, both in the bakery and in the 3D printing business, is that generic items are really hard to replicate. Now, do I think that there is space in all 3D printing businesses for the really cute flexies and dragons? Absolutely, I do. I sell a ton of them. I'm not going to stop selling those at all. And I would never tell other people to stop selling them either. No matter what you read on Reddit or the Facebook groups, I do think that there's a market for those for everybody. And if that's what you want to print, then go ahead and print all of those. I would never tell you not to stop. Just find your niche and focus on it and grow inside of that niche. As far as I am concerned, custom items are different. Custom items are personal. They hold a little bit more value for people. You can charge a premium on custom items, and they're much harder to compete with within the space. When someone orders a custom piece, they're not just buying plastic. They're buying something that was made specifically for them. That connection is what allows you to charge more, stand out locally, and build repeat customers instead of just one-off sales. I think one mistake that people make when they hear custom is they're thinking unlimited possibilities. What is the next person going to ask me to print? How many different filament colors am I going to need to make that item? And so on and so forth. But for me, custom breaks down into a few specific categories. The first is name-based customs. So whether that is desk name plaques, name signs for bedroom doors, perhaps custom bag tags or bookmarks, you get the idea. Anything that can be made with somebody's name on it. Names will sell all year long, whether it's birthdays, holidays, sporting events, gifting, school items, you name it, they will sell all year long, and that's why I love the name products. Second is team or sports custom items. So I've done a video before on how to make the custom pendants out of the sports team logos. You can make those for your local hockey teams, soccer teams, baseball teams, you name it. I've made a whole bunch of them, and those sell really, really well. The teams really like them. And then when they actually share those pictures of their MVPs online, people wonder where they got those made. So it really helps to get your name out there. And I love getting my name out there because referrals are such a fantastic way to grow your business. And every single season, there are different sports being played. This again is something that sells all year round. A category that I really want to think about new items to get into this year would be special occasion customs. So think about this as weddings, baby showers, wedding showers, corporate gifting for when they're recognizing employee of the month or something similar. Being able to come up with something unique within this niche of customs, I think will be a big game changer and something that I'm really going to take some time to think about over the next couple weeks and see what I can come up with. And then finally, I want something in the decorative customs area. So this I've really been playing with over the last couple days. I'm going to talk more about it in a minute, but think about things for around the home, but especially photographs. And I know when you think about 3D printing and photographs, it's not really something that goes hand in hand, but that's where these ideas that I've been kind of playing around with will come into play. This is where I've really been thinking about combining 3D printing with other mediums. And I think that 2026 gets really exciting depending on where I can go with this. One thing that I am actively exploring is combining 3D printing with DTF printing. DTF printing is similar to sublimation that I've talked about in the past, but you get really, really vibrant colors. And ideas that I am playing around with are Custom frames with DTF prints inside, maybe that frames that light up. That I think really takes it over the top and allows for a premium to be charged on the product. And there's just so many possibilities, I think, within this. Now, I can also use the DTF prints to make more vibrant tote bags like the ones I did with the sublimation that really help me to push my brand. I want to see about making the labels with it. There's so many different ideas that I have, but I've just been starting to play around with it in my head the last couple days. Doing something like this creates products that are very hard to copy, really gives you a great niche, gives you a high perceived value, like I've already mentioned, add color without multi-material printing, and you can still keep your filament options condensed because you don't need to offer 100 different colors for picture frames for people. But DTF isn't the only option. Maybe you're somebody who does have sublimation machines. Maybe you are already into acrylic. Maybe you work with resin. Think about other ways that you can combine those things with your 3D printing business to make you stand apart from other people. And if you don't have those machines yourself, you can order DTF and sublimation prints online. You can find somebody who has a resin or acrylic business and work with them. There's so many different options that you have within this. You aren't just limited to what your 3D printers can do. I'm going to take a quick pause for a minute and ask, if you're still watching this video, please hit the like and leave a comment. What is something that you are thinking about focusing on with your business in 2026? Are you just starting a business? Maybe you're going to start out with the Flexies and Dragons and see where you can go. Are you looking to get into more customs? What are the different ways that you are thinking about growing your business or starting your business? I would love to know. If there's something that I can do a video on to help you with, please let me know and I would be happy to do that. Hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss the other helpful tips that I will be putting out soon so that you can use them to grow your 3D printing business from home. Now, let's talk about how custom changes pricing, because you aren't just downloading an STL file, setting up your colors, hitting print, and walking away. You have to make sure that when you are pricing out your items, are accounting for the time it's going to take you to make those files. Make sure that you're thinking about all the back and forth conversations that you've had with that customer in order to get all the details correct. Then how much time is it going to make you to make that file? Is there anything that you need to do afterwards to then make sure that that item that's been printed is ready to get put into their hands? Come up with an amount of money that you would like to be paid hourly. Maybe you're just going based on whatever your minimum wage is for where you live. I believe minimum wage where I live, I'm in Ontario, Canada, is $20 an hour. So think about, if I want to get paid minimum wage only, which is $20 an hour, that would work out to $5 every 15 minutes. So if I have spent 15 minutes talking back and forth with a customer just to get the details down, I better make sure that I'm charging $5 for that. Then if it's going to take me 30 minutes to make that custom name sign, whatever it might be, I'm going to make sure I'm also charging $10 for that. And that $15 is going to go on top of what it then costs to print the item. Your filament, your print time, your other overhead costs, everything needs to be factored in when pricing these items. And remember, custom items can come with a slightly higher price tag. Don't feel like you have to minimize your prices to make a sale. Custom items can't be replicated by everybody, so you should charge a premium price for doing that. I'm not saying go way overboard in your prices, but I'm saying don't undercut yourself and what your time is worth. Personally, I would rather sell fewer items at a higher price point and guard my time than to sell a huge amount of items at a lower price point and I have no free time in my life. So with that, how will I protect my time when I'm doing more customs? I'm going to maintain my schedule that I discussed in a previous video in terms of how I lay my week out, but I'm going to have templates when I make things. People can't just choose any random font that they want off the internet, any random layout that they want. When you're making custom items, make a handful of templates. Maybe you want 5 templates, 10 templates, it doesn't really matter. Come up with a set number that you want, and that is what you're going to show your customers that they can choose from when they pick their items. Then you also want to have a set number of filaments. Don't offer people 52 filament choices. Give them 10 choices, 15 choices, but limit those choices because you're going to limit your time when it comes to making those products. And then, as I've said before, you want to batch that custom work, you want to protect your time, and don't just sell random custom one offs. Make sure that you are trying to keep everything within a set framework of what you're working on. Custom doesn't have to mean chaotic and always working. It really is about controlling choices for people. And with this, let's talk about what I'm going to let go of in 2026. The number one thing I want to let go of in 2026 are the items that require a ton of post processing. I printed a handful of things last year for markets or for different people that required all the little pieces to get put together afterwards, lots of gluing, lots of cleaning up the items. I don't want to do those in 2026. Some of them turn out really cute in the end. I love the way that they look, but I am not putting together a little figure that has 42 different pieces in it. I can't. It takes too much time. And yes, you can charge for that time, but oftentimes, if it's going to take you an hour to put together a little figurine, that on the other end of it for what the person's going to pay for it, it won't be worth it for them and it's not worth it for you. So for me personally, I'm not offering those again in 2026. And then I'm also going to let go things with really, really low margins. Now, I have pretty good profit baked into all of my prints, and I do that for a reason. I've learned in growing my bakery to make sure that that is there, and that is to make sure that it pays me and to ensure that the business can keep growing. But I'm going to look at all the different things that I printed last year, and whatever items had the lowest margin are going to go. Letting go will create space for better growth in my business and in your business. So I encourage you to let go of things in 2026. So I'm going to leave you with this. 2026 for me isn't about printing more, it's about printing smarter. If I don't buy more machines to add to my business this year, but I can grow my income, my profit levels, I'm totally fine with that. If you have a very low profit but have 20 machines going all the time, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing really, really well in your business. Fewer machines with a higher profit actually speaks volumes. If you are starting or growing a 3D printing business, I would love to know what type of items, custom or not, do you want to focus on in the next year to grow your business? Leave a comment below, and if this video helped you to think differently about your business at all in any way, please let me know. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Building this YouTube channel has been such an amazing journey so far. I have loved all the feedback, all the comments. I'm excited to keep growing it, keep coming here and helping you to grow your businesses. I'll be sharing more custom focused content, tutorials, and behind the scenes strategy as we head into 2026 and onwards. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy printing!